Hey everyone, it's Nolan from Snapzilla. Doing something a little different today. Shocking. Doing something different. Normally we do From the Attic reviews or just kind of mini articles on older games on the App Store. It's just a way for us to showcase older games. Usually a game will come out and a week later you don't hear about it. Well, I've been kind of wanting to do this, kind of a spin-off From the Attic called Gone But Not Forgotten. And it's just older games that have been pulled from the App Store for whatever reason, whether the developer, publisher pulled them or they just were broken with the new iOS. So I kind of keep older devices around just to keep some of these games playable. So I don't know how well this video will turn out. I'm playing this on iPhone 6s Plus. It's not that old of a device, but it's an old game. I'm going to start it off with God of Blades. This game came out back in 2012, September of 2012, by an American studio called White Whale. I don't think they released anything else. I know they had a book with the folklore behind this game, but it was a premium game. I guess this is kind of a way for me to be my old man self and say, this is the games we used to play when we were, gaming 5 years ago. But it was a premium game. It was well received by everyone. I'll skip the tutorial, but it's side scroller. It was one of the first games that I think really got me started, or I guess showed me auto running in games, which are kind of known, kind of used all the time in mobile games now. But it's an auto runner where you do basically just the fighting. Getting ahead of myself here. Anyways, since I started replaying it, I think I only have 6 swords opened up. I'll show you in a few some of the other swords. But you play as this nameless king, and I can't remember much of the story. But yeah, he's auto running. Your job basically is to either parry or attack. The visuals still to this day look awesome. And it's got a really cool setting. The story behind it, from what I remember, was really good. Like I said, I can't remember much of the story now. But it just had this really cool, really cool feel to it. I might be able to open up yeah, cool. Each level, as you can see, each level has its own little lore to it. Each enemy has its own story behind it. It's really cool. See some of it. There are boss fights. A lot of it turns into timing. You kind of have to figure out which enemies, how they swing. Some enemies you have to parry more than others. Some that you can kind of fling them towards other enemies. It's really all about timing. There's no jump or anything. You're just swiping either up, down, left, or right. But yeah, even to this day, the game looks beautiful. I wonder if I can get to the boss here. And it's actually a fairly long game, if I remember. I think I'm only on the second chapter, and there's maybe 6. Each chapter has quite a few. Or each, I guess they're books, because this is considered a chapter. Here's kind of the, I don't know, the sword graveyard. Every so many chapters that you beat, you kind of level up and you can unlock a new sword. You can go through each area and kind of pick out which sword you want to unlock the memory of. We'll do this one. As you can kind of see, it's not, the game doesn't play 100% right. You can't see some of the text. But yeah, each sword has its own story behind it. It's just really well done. And then you can pick out which sword in the beginning, like you saw. We'll try this one out. Some are kind of light swords, some are, you know, they are faster, some are super big swords. This kind of came out when hype for Infinity Blade was going. I don't know if that's where they got some of this, but I do remember Infinity Blade having, you know, the big blades and stuff. But I don't know if Dark Souls was even out in 2012. I think maybe the first one was. Now you see, well, I'm getting my ass kicked here, but it's all about timing. I actually died. It's not that simple of a game, apparently. Man, I'm horrible. But yeah, I still don't know how I want to do this. If I just want to make them quick. I died, whatever. If I want to make them quick 5-10 minute videos, or just, I don't know, do kind of a long playthrough and keep my mouth shut. It's, like I said, it's kind of a way for me to keep the dream alive. There's an eternal mode, which is kind of an endless mode where you can just go for points. And then there's this revenant mode. This revenant mode's pretty much broken right now, or anymore. You could change up your own character a little, and you could do challenges. It was kind of the beginning of multiplayer. Somebody could send you a challenge, and I don't know what it might be. Decapitate X amount of people. I can't remember. Now, you know, it's pretty much gone. I don't even know if it connects to Game Center. But the Eternal mode still works. The Eternal mode's just basically one long run through with tons of different enemies, and you go for the highest score. Which even something like that would be great today, you know, if it came out. Oh, there is a, on the right hand side, there's a, excuse me, I'm sick. There's a, I don't know, it's like your special power. Oh, I forgot how to beat these guys. Yeah, it's kind of like your power up. You can make your sword glow and makes you more powerful. It's gonna be tough for me to remember how all these games were. It's been so long since I played this. But it's still, like I said, I hate pulling the back in our day thing, but it's still better than a lot of games we play today. If you notice, no ads, no in-app purchases. I think it was probably $2 at the time. I'm not sure. It did release. I did some research on it. It was on Steam Greenlight. It doesn't look like it made it. I did find a link on there in the comments, someone saying to go buy the game from the developer's website. Went to the developer's website, that's gone. So I'm guessing this game is just completely gone, except for people like me who hoard their old devices. But and what was my score? Yeah, it's just wave based. But I don't know how much longer these games will last. I have some older devices, but you know, like the 6S Plus right now, it's starting to run like crap for absolutely no reason. I'm guessing it's Apple that's doing it. But once this phone's gone, this game's gone, and all the others I have on it, so I figured it would be kind of cool to just at least do some quick videos of them. Here's just a glimpse of the second chapter, just to show you what it's like. But there is a boss at the end of each book, or whatever you want to call it. I remember them being super tough. I do remember this game really pissing me off at times. It reminds me of a bit of a like God of War. I know I just played God of War on the PS4, so maybe that's why I'm thinking it. But the character designs are awesome. It's a shame that something like this is gone. And I guess that's the bad part about it, not just iOS. I mean, even games on the Switch or the consoles. You know, you don't really know how long you're going to have these games unless you... And it crashed.